very good morning to all our viewers. You've tuned into the morning show. I'm Koina Sharma and I'll be taking you through all the latest news and updates from in and around the world. But first up, we are talking about One Nation, One Law. Weeks after Prime Minister Narendra Modi made a pitch for Uniform Civil Code, on Thursday, Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan accused the Congress of resorting to escapist tactics by sidestepping from taking a transparent and unambiguous position on the Uniform Civil Code. Mr. Vijayan also said that the Congress had yet to shed its bivalence on the centre's move to trample on the personal laws governing Muslim marriage, divorce, adoption, inheritance and charity. He further said that Congress is hesitant to take a stand against the Sangh Parivar on matters impacting the nation's integrity and fighting the BJP in electoral politics. Now, it is pertinent to note that Vijayan's statement comes at a time when the chorus of the opposition, unity, is growing.
UCC एक अहम मुद्दा है मुसलमानों की शरीयत से टकराने वाला। अगर ये टकरा रहा है तो यकीनन है कहीं न कहीं हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमानों की दिलशिकनी हो रही है। लेकिन बात जब तक अभी तक ड्राफ्ट नहीं आया है या उसके अंदर मुसव्वदे में क्या तब्दीलियां होनी है, क्या बदलाव होना है, उसके बारे में अभी डोमेन में, पब्लिक डोमेन में कुछ भी नहीं डाला गया है, तो उससे पहले वावेला खड़ा करना मुझे नहीं लगता है कि बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है ये। लेकिन ताजा सूरत हाल ये है कि हमें सबसे पहले उस ड्राफ्ट का इंतजार करना चाहिए।
Can you tell the viewers as to what is your official stand in this entire matter?
Basically, we have submitted our official stand to Law Commission, which has asked all of us to submit their opinion. The first of the thing is that we have raised the issue. The last Law Commission, which has deliberated with us also for 2 times, and we have submitted our recommendation to the 21st Law Commission. And after the conclusion of the Law after concluding the entire debate, the Law Commission came to the conclusion that the Uniform Civil Code is neither desirable nor necessary. What went wrong? Why this Law Commission, 22nd Law Commission, once again came with this question: what is your opinion on Uniform Civil Code? Although the previous Law Commission has raised specific issues, they asked us various matters regarding Muslim personal law, and we have submitted our report, our recommendations. And this Law Commission has just simply asked, what is your opinion? So I am saying that, and it seems that they are conducting a referendum. Either you say yes or you say no. This is not the way the law is made. Constitution itself, Article 371A and Article 317G, the tribals were given exemptions from Uniform Civil Code or from any other law which has been enacted by the Parliament. So, and the civil laws, for example, IPC, CRPC, differ state to state. There is no uniformity throughout the country. Even the cause law is not applicable throughout the country. Even in Goa, we have a different law. So, to say that the Constitution meant Uniform Civil Code and Constitution want a uniform law, this is not correct. Now, we are meeting the political parties also. We met Sharad Pawar ji, we met Uddhav Thackeray ji, we met Kharge ji, and we are having, there are proposals that we will also meet our Rashtrapati ji, and we will try to meet Pradhan Mantri ji also.
दो बातें बड़ी महत्व की है इनके बयान में कि बहुसंख्यकवादी नैतिकता का भी अल्पसंख्यक बहुसंख्यक नहीं होती, नैतिकता होती है। और दूसरी बात ये अपने आप को अल्पसंख्यक बनने का ढकोसला कर रहे हैं और देश के दूसरे सबसे बड़ी बहुसंख्यक हैं। और तीसरी बात ये, जो वास्तव में भारत का रियल अल्पसंख्यक है, जो अल्पसंख्यकों के 6 भाग जो है, जो सरकारों ने डिफाइन किए हुए हैं, अल्पसंख्यक आयोगों ने डिफाइन किए हुए हैं, उन 6 में से 5 को कोई तकलीफ नहीं है। तकलीफ है तो सिर्फ 6ठे को है, जो अल्पसंख्यक है ही नहीं। मैं कहूँगा कि ये जो ऑल इंडिया मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ बोर्ड है, कम से कम मुस्लिम युवाओं के बारे में, मुस्लिम महिलाओं के बारे में कुछ तो चिंतन करे। लेकिन अब ये सरकार, अब ये देश अपनी महिलाओं, अपनी बहनों के साथ में, बेटियों के साथ में अन्याय नहीं होने देगा, चाहे वो किसी मतपंथ संप्रदाय की हैं।
Civil Code is against the Article 25 of our Constitution, which falls under the fundamental rights. Every religion has their own method of They have their own system. How can the government bring in a uniform civil code in India when there are other religions which follow their own way? The government has no business to intervene with the fundamental rights of any. They cannot have a Hindu India or a singular India. India is a multilingual, multi-religious country, multicultural country. That they should preserve that. Every political party which wants to protect this constitution should oppose this.
Meanwhile, speaking on UCC, General Secretary of the RSS, Dattatreya Hospile, reacted to the UCC debate. Now, let's bring to you what he actually said. Now, according to him, the UCC is a directive principle of the Constitution, and there are a lot of rumor wrongings around it. But these rumors are being spread regarding UCC, and according to the understanding of the people, it is just a directive principle of the Constitution, not more than that. Now, moving on, he further said that both Hindus and Muslims are speculating the UCC in absolutely wrong way. UCC is just a directive principle of the Constitution that is looking forward not just to dissolve the Muslims having 4 wives, the laws dissolving Muslims having 4 wives, but it is also about Hindus, and it is about the laws and acts that are pertaining to the property rights and the succession of Hindus' properties. Also, UCC is more about property rights succession in Hindus' case. UCC is more about Hindu laws than Muslims. This is a very wrong perspective that is being floating around on the ground amongst Muslims and Hindus, where it is ideally believed that UCC is going to be just catering to the Muslim community. Now, Muslims in some part of the country want UCC, while on the other hand, some are opposing to this law pertaining to the personal laws being dissolved completely. Now, RSS has never approached the centre to mull the UCC, and UCC is more about the Hindu laws and not about Muslims having 4 wives. Now, this was the General Secretary of the RSS reaching out and giving his word. Now, RSS has never approached the centre to mull the UCC law. It is more about having a directive principle of the Constitution and not getting dissolved or not dissolving the personal laws. Now, moving on, the Gujarat court will today deliver its verdict on the review petition filed by Congress leader Rahul Gandhi in a defamation case over his Modi surname remark. Now, on a previous occasion, the court had denied interim protection to Rahul Gandhi in the case and had reserved his plea under consideration. Now, in case Rahul Gandhi's conviction is stayed by the court today, his disqualification could be reversed. Now, if his suspension is not stayed, Rahul Gandhi will have the option to appeal before a higher bench of the Gujarat High Court. Well, moving on to a piece of information from Karnataka. Now, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah is all set to present his 14th budget today. All eyes will be on how the Chief Minister will mobilise funds for the 5 guarantees, as the government needs around 60,000 crore rupees annually to implement the poll promises. Now, the state's budget is also expected to increase by 25,000 crore rupees in order to accommodate the additional expenses required for the implementation of the Congress party's guarantees. Now, Siddaramaiah is likely to increase tax collection on liquor, stamp duty, and hike the targets for tax collection for various other departments. Let's take a look at what Ashok Gora had to say on Karnataka's budget.
Tomorrow in Karnataka, Siddaramaiah is going to present his 14th budget. But this 14th budget will be a very specific one. It has to be a specific one, because they have promised 5 guarantees. With that, they have also promised the 6th guarantee, that is for increasing the salary of Anganwadi Karyakartas. Karnataka's budget revenue budget is 3 crores, 3 lakh crores. Karnataka's revenue is 1.75 lakh crores. There is an expenditure which is already booked for 1,40,000 crores. But whereas the guarantee itself is going to eat away 62,000 crores. For Siddaramaiah, it's not just a task. It is revenue deficit of 30 or 40 crores by not managing or not giving any budget to infrastructure.
Well, moving our focus to the Maharashtra's political crisis. The political face-off between Sharad Pawar and his nephew, Ajit Pawar, continues to take new twist each day. Now, the NCP Working Committee, after its meeting in Delhi, chaired by Sharad Pawar, has approved the decision to expel Praful Patil, Sunil Tatkare and 9 others who joined the Eknath Shinde government in Maharashtra. Now, Sharad Pawar will also undertake rallies in Maharashtra from July 8. Meanwhile, reacting to Ajit Pawar's retirement jab, Sharad Pawar said that whether he's 82 or 92, he will still be very effective.
मुझे खुशी है कि वानराज जिन लोगों को एक्सपेल किया वो छोड़कर बाकी सब लोग इसमें शॉर्ट नोटिस में मीटिंग के लिए आए थे। उनका हौसला अच्छा है। मजबूती से पार्टी को खड़ा करना, आगे ले जाना और अच्छी स्थिति पर लाना, ये मानसिकता हमारे सभी साथियों की थी और इसलिए मुझे खुशी है कि एक आज की मीटिंग हमें हमारा हौसला बढ़ाने के लिए बहुत मददगार हो गई। एक बात पक्की है कि राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस पार्टी का मैं प्रेसिडेंट हूँ। दूसरा किसी ने अपने नाम पर स्टेटमेंट दे दिया, कुछ बात कही, तो बात कह सकते हैं, इसमें कोई इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं, कोई सच्चाई नहीं।
आज की डेवलपमेंट है कि आज नेशनल एग्जीक्यूटिव शरद पवार ने दिल्ली में बुलाई थी। उसमें ये पहले निर्णय लिया गया कि और नेशनल ऑफिस बेरर जो है, जिसमें कोहली हो या फिर प्रफुल्ल पटेल जी हो या फिर सुनील तटकरे हो, जिनको उन्होंने अपॉइंट किया था, उनको पहले एक्सपेल किया। लेकिन बाद में खबर ये आई कि आप सभी लोग जिन्होंने, जो 9 लोग हैं जिन्होंने शपथ ली, उन सबको पार्टी से एक्सपेल किया गया। इसको आप कैसे देखते हैं? पार्टी का कंट्रोल फिलहाल किसके पास है?
फिलहाल पार्टी का कंट्रोल किसके पास है? जो मेरी समझदारी है कि इस बार तो पार्टी का कंट्रोल अजित पवार के पास है, क्योंकि ज्यादा से ज्यादा विधायक सारे लोग अजित पवार के साथ हैं। जिस ढंग से ये जो है ये लड़ाइयाँ रंग ला रही है, मैं नहीं समझता हूँ कि ऐसा कुछ हो सकेगा, वापस जल्दी वो एक हो सकेगा।
ये सब जो हुआ है, जो अजीत दादा ने इस देश के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का नेतृत्व जो है, वही देश को आगे ले जा सकता है। मोदी जी का नेतृत्व सक्षम है, हमारे भारत को महासत्ता की ओर ले जा सकता है। हमारे वरिष्ठ जो है देवेंद्र जी, मैं और वरिष्ठ नेता जो है, उन्होंने सब विश्वास में लेके हमने किया ये निर्णय लेना, क्योंकि उन्होंने हमारी जो भूमिका है, हमारी सरकार बनाते वक्त हम बाला साहब के विचारधारा को आगे ले जा रहे हैं। और पिछले साल में इतने बड़े पैमाने पर विकास हुआ है इस राज्य में कि वो अजीत दादा ने खुद ही स्वीकृत किया है कि ये विकास भी हुआ है और विकास को हम साथ दे रहे हैं।
Well, moving our focus to Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Well, after Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, now Amul's entry in Andhra Pradesh has triggered a massive political storm. Now, Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy laid the foundation stone for the Amul facility on Tuesday, stating that it was aimed at reviving the Vijaya dairy, which ceased operations in 2002. Now, the opposition, TDP, in the state of Andhra Pradesh has criticized the proposed Amul factory in Chittoor. Now, the TDP levelled allegations against Reddy, saying that his project was a sellout to Gujarat and a blow to the pride of Telugu people. While Reddy rebutted at TDP's TDP's Chandrababu Naidu saying that he caused the fall of Vijaya Dairy to promote his family-owned heritage dairy. Now, Jagan Mohan Reddy added that he has brought in Amul to help the cooperative sector and aid the farmers' income. Let's take a look at some of the political reactions.
It is only to hijack the dairy sector Jagan Reddy had brought in Amul. There is absolutely no benefit to the cooperative dairy farmers in our state. And we have seen how other states, neighboring states like Karnataka and Tamil Nadu also have severely opposed the entry of Amul. We strongly demand that cooperative dairy companies like the Vijaya or the Sangham or many other dairies which are there, their interests need to be protected, because in the past so many years they have been working for the welfare of the dairy farmers in the state, and today Jagan Reddy, for his own personal interests, he is completely destroying all those companies by bringing in Amul.
Well, it's time for a short commercial break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back on CNN News 18.
Government is done. The Indian External Affairs Minister says this is simply vote bank politics. He can't think of another reason as to why any government would, give fodder to these kinds of groups. What do you think is going on here? Why would not a country and a leader who is clearly quoting India, everything from FTA to other economic deals, the Canadian government is quoting India as a destination for its investments, a big market, so on and so forth. What can India do to drive home this point with Canada that this is a core issue? It's not just any protest. This is not a protest against an incumbent government or against a politician or a political party. This is a protest asking for the secession of one part of India. Surely that's unacceptable.
Are not unique to India. These are global in their scope. There are many different instances throughout history where we've seen secession movements take hold and motivate that specific demographic to use violence in some cases to get their voice heard. So this is something which India is going through, and it's also very historic. This conflict didn't start yesterday, and it's got many different instances of violence for this phenomenon to increase. When we look at what India can do to actually solve this, first of all, we need to define what solve actually means. Mm-hmm. Does it mean to actually destroy this this movement and to oppress it and to keep it down, or is there another solution which they can come up with? These tend to be a zero-sum game. Either the government get their way, or the secession groups get their way. So this is a very difficult thing to first of all understand what does success actually mean. The second thing, when it comes time to foreign policy, communication is always very key. This is not only in terms of India-Canada relations, but also we saw violence at the at India House in London, which is down the road from our offices in London. And they are due to have a protest on Sunday, in fact, which is going to be in different capitals across the world. So naturally, safety and security comes first. A strong police presence needs to be there. Protesting in the UK isn't illegal, so this is something that they can do, but it needs to be within the borders of the law.
So let me ask Lieutenant General K.J. Singh, one of the things that is constantly talked about is this Khalistan issue has very few takers, very little resonance on the ground actually in Punjab. Whatever is being fueled of it is being fueled from abroad through NRIs. And look at the number of attacks we've had just in the recent past. We've had the San Francisco consulate that was attacked. We've had the attack in Ontario. We've had the attack, the float. I mean, how disgusting is it that a former prime minister assassinated in the most tragic of circumstances, somebody decides to make a float out of it? And
Hello and welcome back. You're watching CNN News 18. Well, now we have a breaking piece of input. in regards to the July 2nd incident in the United States where the Indian High Consulate in San Francisco was vandalized by separatists, US congressmen are coming out to condemn the attack. Now, Democratic Congressman Thaneda tweeted that and I quote, "I condemn in the strongest possible terms the attack at the Indian consulate in San Francisco. Violence and attempts to instill terror are unacceptable in a democracy." And Brian Fitzpatrick, who is a member of the House of Representatives, tweeted out, and I quote, "This kind of violence is lawless and unacceptable. I firmly condemn the repeated hateful attacks on the Indian consulate and moving forward to those involved being held accountable with appropriate legal action." Well, in context to this July 2nd incident in the United States, a mob had attacked the Indian consulate in San Francisco and was vandalized by separatists. Now, US congressmen are completely condemning the attack, and Democratic Congressman Thaneda tweeted that he strongly condemned the act. Now, moving on to another piece of breaking news. Ahead of the Panchayat polls in West Bengal, 3 people have been shot. Now, they're reportedly BJP workers, and the incident took place last night at around 10:45 p.m. Now, their names are Milan Chandra, Arjun Burman, and a 4th person was also injured in this case. They have all been identified as BJP workers. Now, the Panchayat elections are scheduled for Saturday, that is July 8th, and Thursday is the last date of campaigning, was the last day for campaigning for all the political parties. Now, the counting ballots will be held on July 11. Meanwhile, the political clashes continue to grow in the poll-bound state. Now, we leave it at that. Moving on to another piece of breaking news. Well, Twitter threatens to file a lawsuit against Threads. Now, Twitter has threatened to sue Meta Platforms over its new Threads platform in a letter sent to the Facebook parent CEO Mark Zuckerberg by Twitter's lawyer Alex Crow. Meta, which launched Threads on Wednesday and has logged more than 30 million sign-ups, looks to take on Elon Musk's Twitter by leveraging Instagram's billions of users. Now, Spiro, in his letter, accused Meta of hiring former Twitter employees who had and continue to have access to Twitter's trade secrets and other highly confidential information. Now, these are the sources and reports based on news website Meta. Now, Twitter, Elon Musk's Twitter has threatened to level a lawsuit against Meta, who has now released a fresh new platform, a rivalry platform that is against Twitter. Now, Threads platform was launched yesterday and has been able to garner more than 30 million logins. These are the Instagram users that have been moved on to the Thread part. Now, Spiro, in his letter, accused Meta of hiring former Twitter employees who had and continue to have access to Twitter's trade secrets and other highly confidential information. Well, that's all for right now. Moving on to the next piece of information that we are getting from Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the Jammu and Kashmir administration has set up a high-tech integrated command control center for the first time to monitor the Yatra routes. Now, the center has set up 17 pan-tilt zone cameras along vulnerable routes to give real-time input. Now, 20 teams have been set up, which will analyze the routes and provide quick solutions. Now, 60 officers will be on standby to take swift action in the case of any eventualities happen. Let's take a look at some of the ground reports.
Right now I'm standing inside the integrated command and control system, which has been which is ensuring actually the monitoring of Amarnath Yatra, its safety, security aspect. You can see different multiple PTZ cameras, around 17 have been installed at the vulnerable spots, which are constantly being monitored from this center. Now, this is a lifeline of the entire Amarnath route and the Yatra, because there are several sensitive locations through which the Amarnath Yatra passes. And if my VJ can also come here and show you that another monitor which has been put here, this carries the data of all the people who are involved in this yatra. Now, this starts from pony owners to district administration to different departments who are working. The details, everything about them is mentioned here. Their phone numbers. So, with a single click from this particular center, there will be data to the people who are operating from here. Now, what it will do is that in case of any emergency, there will be contacts and numbers will be dialed from this particular place, and there will be a data mechanism is being ensured so that they could really send out signals in case of any eventuality. Last year we saw flash floods, so cameras are being placed around those particular areas to ensure that if there is a situation like that, they're able to tackle it. And you can see on your screens that up there are these CCTV cameras monitoring. They're able to provide anything that is needed. And interestingly, the RFIDs which were placed there have, to make sure that they are able to locate people as and when they pass through the RFID detectors. That is also being done through that screen. Once a yatri passes through that RFID location, his data is stored.
While shifting our focus to some positive story, a superintendent from Yamuna Nagar's Balkunj, Mona Chauhan, has reunited 700 missing children with their families in the last 10 years. She has resolved several cases of missing girls and continues to do so while developing a personal relationship with the victims, and has solved various tricky cases with her grit and humility in the past. Now, Mona shares an emotional bond with the estranged girls and encourages them to reunite with their families.
हमने आज तक जो है इन 10 वर्षों में लगभग 700 मिसिंग बच्चों को उनके परिवार तक पहुंचाया है। हमारे पास एक यूपी की लड़की का भी केस था जिसमें लड़की हमारे पास लगभग 2010 या 11 से हमारे पास रह रही थी। 2015 में हमने बच्ची की काउंसलिंग आरंभ की, उसको विश्वास में लिया कि आप अपने मन की बात मेरे से कर सकते हैं। पुलिस ने लड़की की कस्टडी हमारे से लेकर उसके 164 के बयान करवाए। लड़की के उन बयानों के आधार पर उस व्यक्ति को दोष मुक्त करार दिया गया, और वो उस केस में हम ये बोलना चाहेंगे कि 2 लोगों को जीवन दान मिला है। एक बच्ची जो अपने परिवार में पहुंची है सकुशल लगभग 6-7 साल बाद, और एक वो व्यक्ति जिस पर झूठा केस या झूठा मुकदमा दायर किया गया था।
Well, moving on, Narayan Murthy, Nitin Kamath, T. Ravi Shankar, Meghna Narayan, Rajan Anand, the most celebrated entrepreneurs and visionaries of the Indian and global startup ecosystem are on one platform. Tune in to Money Control right now to watch the live streaming of Money Control Startup Conclave. Tough, get going.